Hello traders, good evening. Today is 9/18/2024 and we are currently going to take a look at what are the expectations for tomorrow, 19th of September, and what are the support and resistance areas that we have. Again, before I start the video, I would like to request you that if you're enjoying the content of these videos, please like, comment and share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here and click on the notification icon. The read-only links to all the charts that we will be discussing right now is provided in the description below. Along with that, you will also find the link to our free Discord server and the Facebook page, and you are very welcome to join there. Let us now get back to the monthly chart once again. Looking at the monthly chart, if we see that we went above the high of the month today, we went to the 5755 line. We were talking about this line earlier this week as well, and we could go and touch that. We could not get above that to get to the ATH, but we have been able to touch this 575 to 5755 area. Now what has happened is, for the monthly bulls, the buy orders got activated around this 573233 area. It went up to the 5755. There was immediate profit taking there. So if any bulls are holding here at this point of time, then those bulls are trapped right there. Now we will have to see if we can get back above this 5721 or the 24 area. I would especially concentrate on the 24 area, and then we can take out that 34 to 36, touch this 55 line once again, and we keep on going above that. Then we can come and hit this 5787 or the all-time high once again. Now, if we are unable to hold on to this 5577 area, which is very close to the low that we had yesterday as well as today, the price may come down to the 5649 to the 5615 area. We have this particular gap right here, and there may be bulls present in this area once again. If we are breaking that down, we can see the 5596 to the 5589 area, breaking down which the next area of support on the monthly chart will be around 100 points down at 5496, and then we can come down this 5455, 5416, and then to the subsequent levels on the downside. We will also need to remember, when we come down here, this can be a very major area of support. The reason being, this will be a major low, and if the price does not come up from there, then we can come down to the 5066 to the 5011 area. We have a big gap right here. And if we are breaking down all of those, we can finally come down to this 4864 to the 4832 area, which happens to be the breakout point on this particular chart. But then we will have to remember that every drop that has happened has been bought out. Even if there is a big drop beyond a specific support area, and then that area is reclaimed again, you cannot short around that area as long as that support is not broken down once again. So that is all that we have on the monthly chart at this point. Let us move on to the weekly chart. So let us take a look at the weekly chart. This was the weekly mother bar that we had. Then we had this inside bar. We went above this inside bar. Let us put the mother bar fibs here right now. And if we take a look at this here, we came almost to the 11% extension of the mother bar fib, but then we fell below the 21% extension. And we are again below the open of this mother bar and even below the close of the previous inside bar that we had. Now we will have to see whether this 80 to the 71 area, these areas are holding. If they do not hold, if these areas break down, we can come down to the 5650 to the 5637 area. We need to remember that the 5630 area can act as a, or the 5630 to the 5619 area, this whole area can have bulls right here. We can come down, but there may be bulls trying to buy it back again. The reason being, we have the 5 EMA of the weekly chart right here at 5630, and then breaking that down, we can come to that 5621 to the 18 area once again. And then below that, we can come down to this. If we can break down 5600, 5592.5 will be the next area, which is the midpoint of this particular mother bar. And below that, we have the 5583, which is the middle of the last week. Now, if we are able to defend these areas and we can get back above this 5702 line once again, which has been a pretty good area of resistance today. So if we can get above this, we can come to this 5713 area. Above that 5713 area, we can again come and reach this 5730 area. And then we will see that if we can break out above this 5755, reach to this 5763. Now, if we are getting above this 11% extension at 5763, we should be seeing the all-time high at 5784, and above that we can get to the 5791 and to the subsequent levels to the top. If we can get above this 5791, it is highly probable that we will go and touch the 5800 line as well. Now, looking at the daily chart, we broke above this 572829 area, the 5730 area after the FOMC, and went up and touched this 5755 area. We actually went above this particular resistance line, which is at 5749 or 5750. We went above that for 5 points but could not hold it and came down all the way and closed below the open of the day, which was at 5701. We did break down the low of yesterday as well, but we could not hold that again, and we came and closed somewhere above the 5688. Now, we were talking about that 5680 to the 76 area to be a very good support. So if this area holds and the price bounces back above the 85 or the 90 line, then it is possible that we will get back to the 5700 or the 5702 once again. On the daily chart, this 5702 has a double top, so I will keep that marked, and I will keep it marked in red so that we know that's a very important line. And if we are above this 5702 to the 5707 area, we may target this 5713 to the 20 area once again. Above that, we can get back to the 5730, and if we can get above this 5736 area or the 37 area, then it is highly probable that we will come and hit this 5749 to the 5755 once again, and then see if we can still keep going to the upside. Now, if this area is breaking down in the morning and we are below this 5670 area, we can actually come down to this 5659 to the 5657 area. I will have a mark there at this point. This can be a support. Below this 5656 area, the price can come down to this 5640, 5633, and finally to this 5625 area, which will be 100 points from that major resistance area that we had at 5724 today. And if we are breaking this down, we can actually come down to the 5610 to the 5601 area, breaking down which again we will see this 5596 or the and then the 5587 and the 80 areas, and then subsequently to the downside once again. Now, since we went above this high, created a new high and came down, but this is just one day, right? So we will have to keep an eye if the price is coming down here and bouncing up again, or it continues to go to the downside. This 5633 area will also be a very good area of support because the 20 EMA is there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars that went above the 20 EMA, and this is the first selling attempt that we are having. Now, I'll keep this trend line also here. Now, if we are going up, we will have to see that we come and hit this trend line at 5730 again. But we have to be careful that if we are not going above that, then maybe this trend line is rejecting and the price wants to come down once again. However, this particular move that we have today, if the bears are strong enough, this can actually start a two-legged move to the downside on the daily chart. Now, if we are looking at the ATR today ended at 67 points. So if the market wants to come down 67 points from the open that happened right now, then we will find ourselves right at the 5624 area once again, which we were talking about as 100 points from the resistance line that we had today. Now, we also need to remember that we have a double bottom here, a micro double bottom here. So this needs to be broken down before we can find any more traction to the downside. If the price wants to go up 67 points from where we opened up today, then we will find ourselves back in the 5760 areas once more. So that is all that we have on the daily chart for now. Let's now move on to the intraday charts at 4 hours. Now, looking at the 4-hour chart, on the 4-hour chart also we had a mother bar earlier. So if we draw our fib on this particular mother bar, we will see that we went up exactly to the 33% extension of the 4-hour mother bar, and then we dropped down. We came down till the bottom of this 4-hour mother bar, and now we are holding it at the 89%, which is 5691. We are holding above that. We have to see that if we get above the 79%, which is at 5702, and now we know that why this 5702 was acting so stubborn throughout the day today. Above that, we can get above to this particular line, which will be at 5712. Now this was an hourly double top that we broke down and we failed again, and after that we can get to this 5718, which is the upper 1/3 area of this particular mother bar, and then we can reach this top again. Now, we are considering this as the mother bar right now because we do not know if the next bar is going to be an inside bar. If the next 4-hour bar right here becomes an inside bar to this particular bar, then we will move our concentration from this particular mother bar and have our fibs drawn on this mother bar at this point. Now, if we are breaking down this particular area from 75 to 70, if you're breaking down 70 and we are getting down this 5667 area, We can come to this 5665, which is the 11% extension, and to the 53% extension, and to this 5630 level once again, which is the 33% extension below this particular mother bar. Now again, we will have to see later that if this is the new mother bar that has been created. What I'm thinking is that since we got rejected at the 33% extension on the top and we came down to the bottom of the mother bar, we even came below that and then bounced from there. But if we are breaking down this area tomorrow, then it is highly possible that we will do a 1:1 of this upside move to the downside, and that will bring us to this 33% extension area, which is at 5639.25. Now this will be a very good area of support because this was the breakout on the 4-hour chart. Below this we can come down to this 5622, 5610, and then if we break down the 5600 or the 5601 area, we can get to this 5590 and subsequently to these levels to the downside. If we want to do 1:1 of this particular bar to the downside, then it will bring us to the 5595 area. However, we also need to remember that none of these bars have closed below the 4-hour 20 EMA. So we may keep on staying in this trading range before the market finally decides which way it wants to move. Let us now move on to the 1-hour chart. Now looking at the 1-hour chart, it may actually form a cup and handle structure, only that this handle is too long on the upside. So we have to break down this box in order to say that, okay, the market is actually going to pull back down and we can actually come and hit this gap at the bottom. So on the 1-hour chart, this may actually look as a inverted cup and handle structure, but then my only concern is that this handle to the upside is very long. Now, if we are breaking down this particular box, this cup and handle structure may actually work out. And if it does, then we will get a measured move of at least to the 5640 area. However, there will be a support here at 5655, which is also be a very good support. Otherwise, if it does not hold, then we'll come down to this 5640 area, followed by the 5624 area, 5613, and then to the subsequent levels to the downside. Now, if we try to do a bar counting here, you will see that on the 1-hour chart, we created a new high. This was the first low. So this was the first attempt to reverse the market here. And then we are going up. So we will keep on counting the bars and we will come back in the morning again to see what has happened to these bar counts. Now, also on the 1-hour chart, we have this mother bar here. So we will keep our fibs available for the mother bar on the 1-hour chart as well. And then in the morning, we will come back and compare the 4-hour fibs with the 1-hour fibs and see which are the best areas that the Globex session has held overnight. One more thing to note is that when we broke down this 20 EMA on the hourly chart with this particular bar, we had a follow through and then we came down. But if you see here, we have broken this particular mother bar down, but then we did not get another follow through bearish bar below the 20 EMA, which is telling me that it is going to stay in this trading range for some time. Also, we do have this trend line support because if you see that we have been creating the higher lows and finally we came down to this trend line once again and we have bounced from there. So now we will have to see what happens overnight, where the market goes and what are the rejection points or the support areas that the market is finding, and then we will make our plan based on that. So we do gather together at 8:45 a.m. EST every morning to do a pre-market analysis and a pre-market trading plan. If you want to join that call, the link to that is given in the description below as well. It is a Google Meet link. So on the 5-minute chart, we will see that this 5680 to the 5675 area, this is the major support area that we have. We have held that and now we are continuing to move to the upside. However, we will have to see where the market opens tomorrow. And then if we can get above this 5702 areas, the 5705 areas, we can target the 5711 to the 13 once again. Above that, we can come to this 5718 to the 21 area. And then we can get up to these areas at 5724. I will put a line at 5724 as well. And after that, we can climb up to this 5727 to the 32 area, get to this double top area around 38 to 40. And then we will see if we are able to reach up to this 5755 line and keep on going to the upside. On the downside, if these areas break down, if this 5675 breaks down, then we will come to this 5670. This will be another very good support. And then subsequently, we can come down to the 65 to the 62 area. Instead of these two lines, I will actually mark a box right here. And then If we break this down, our next target will be the 5659 or the 5660, followed by 5655, 5650, and then we can come down to this 5640 to the 38 area. And then if we break that down, we will come to this 31 and to the subsequently to this 5624 line, which we are primarily looking at. But all these will become activated only when we give up this 5470 line, and then we are breaking down this 5664 to the 5662 area. Only then we will start to think that there is a possibility that the market may come down to the 5624 areas as well. Now make sure you get the updated link to the 5-minute chart, because that is going to change today since we moved on to the December contract. With that, I will end this video here today, and I will see you guys again tomorrow morning at 8:45 a.m. EST. Have a great rest of the night, everyone. Bye.